8 of Shop Talk Podcast. I'm your host DK, and today I have my Sim with me. First, I'm going to let Sim go ahead and introduce herself. I'm pretty sure the majority of you already know who she is, and if you don't, you're going to get to know her today.
So, I'm Sim. I am. Wow, that's a lot. So, I am a mom, a wife. I'm an assistant pastor. I'm an entrepreneur, friend, daughter, so many things. So, I guess y'all gonna get into everything that I am, but you know, to say the least, that's who I am.
Okay, so first I want to get into how me and Sim met. I actually don't remember, do you?
Met?
I know we was doing some wild stuff, but
I know we knew each other from West Philly.
Right.
But I think the first time we was around each other is when y'all was young, and I let y'all come to my senior week house.
I do remember that. I wasn't sure if that was the actual.
I think that was the first official link up. Y'all came to my senior week house, and I was being horrible. I gave you all kinds of liquor and.
I think that, you know what's crazy? I think that was my first time I actually drunk.
No way!
Yes, it was.
Oh my
I always used to be like, like, I don't drink, I don't do that, because I was always scared of what it would do.
Yeah.
So when we went with Lex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lex. Rest in peace, Alexis. Yeah, I do remember that, but I wasn't sure if that was the actual.
I think that was the first official, meetup, yeah.
We had a time.
We sure did.
I've been wild ever since.
Now I act like I done corrupted her. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I want to talk about life. I want to talk about life, and I chose life as the topic for December because her life is just. It's just a lot. You see me talk about. I've seen you. I'm not gonna say 360 because 360 is
to go back
where you were. A full 180 I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And I never seen it for the worst. Yeah. A lot of people when they do stuff, it's a whole lot of crazy stuff, and maybe I didn't really see because I wasn't really on the inside. But I was close enough to be able to know or to be able to see, and everything just happened so. I want to say effortlessly.
We're gonna get into that. I can give you effortlessly on my end.
Okay.
God just be doing what God do.
Right.
So, we'll get into that.
So, how do you balance everything in your life? And how do you prioritize them? I know with myself, I, do hair, I got this podcast, I'm doing decor, I still have, my regular life to maintain, home, bills, everything else. My son, my dog, I just don't know sometimes how to balance for myself. So, and you look like you got 10 times more going on. So, how do you balance everything and prioritize them?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't. I think it's completely unrealistic for me to say right now that I do balance. Now, I may have it for a couple weeks at a time, then I may drop the ball I thought, I thought I was balancing. But what I will say is God was very strategic with how he, set my life up. So starting out entrepreneurship so young, my life and my priority was entrepreneurship. 24 hours a day, I'm working, I'm doing this. So when God knew he was about to say, all right, I'm about to sit your husband down, I'm about to put y'all together, he snatched me out the game real quick.
Right.
So it was slowly but very surely. Actually, quickly, God was business is no longer your priority.
Right.
Now, this is your new focus. This is going to be your new life, and I need you to adjust accordingly. And I was so happy in the process of it that I didn't realize the transition was happening.
Yeah.
But now I can say what my life is now with ministry being number one, and that's because I'm a true believer that my marriage, my kids, everything that makes me up is a part of ministry, is who I am. Ministry is your story. You get what I'm saying? It's the way that it's how you project back into the world, basically, and how you give God the glory, essentially. And I know for me, it was okay, ministry being number one, keep God first. I'm going to show you how to do everything on a day-to-day basis. Some weeks it's going to look like this. Some weeks it's going to look like this. I'm going to send you a husband that's going to understand what I'm about to do with you. He's going to help you carry it. Your kids is going to be accustomed to how it is that y'all are raising them. I'm going to send you people, even in your ministry, that's going to be able to walk with you to do this. I'm going to be able to allow you to still work, but work won't be priority. I know I remember 2 years ago, after, and once we keep going, I'm gonna get into how I sort of fell back from business. But I know once I fell back from business, and I'm sitting there like, bro, like I really don't do business no more. Like this is crazy. To the point where I really lost passion for it. I remember God saying to me, ministry first, career second. And it was frustrating to me because I didn't realize how much entrepreneurship had become me.
Yeah.
To the point where I lost myself in it.
Yeah.
When you would have asked me years ago, who am I would have said I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a boss. I get, you know, it would have been about money, it would have been like what I've achieved, this, that, and the third. And I didn't realize that I took so much substance from myself with that. So I was glad that God set me down, but I'm not going to say it was easy to adhere to, okay, it's time to sit down. But now I can say I've made ministry number one. And when I'm going to God on a day-to-day basis, God, how am I doing this, that, and the third? Everything is aligning. Husband is aligning. Blessed to have been able to really enjoy birthing and raising my kids to the point where I don't have to work. Like, you get what I'm saying? And just progressing. Now I'm in a place where now it's time. I'm turning 30. So I'm like, God, look, I did what you asked me to do for these past, 5 years? Like, I got you.
And
so
it's so crazy. It's like, you saying you turning 30, but hearing you talk, it's like you should be saying a higher number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that you have done and went through. Let me ask you this. How do you know that when you were, you know, having your one-on-one with God, and he's like, okay, I'm about to sit you down and do X, Y, and Z. How did you know? I was just talking about this the last podcast. How do you know? Because God is not something you hear right away. You know, he might send you signs.
See, I think this is where it comes to faith differences a little bit.
Right.
Me, I hear his voice directly.
Really?
Like, you know, the Bible say my sheep know my voice.
Okay.
So how I hear God, we have full-blown conversations. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it be clear. And then, you know, some seasons it's like, I'm gonna send you a sign, I'm gonna send you confirmation, I'm gonna send you a prophet that hears my voice, that's gonna come and confirm some things for you. You know, I'm gonna send you a village that's gonna pray for you. I'll wake up some days, God will tell me something and I'll ignore it. I'll wake up, one of my mom, one of my friends, somebody, even a member from the ministry will text me exactly what God told me. I'm like, all right, I heard you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and then to go further into your question, I don't think when he was about to sit me down, he said, all right, I'm about to sit you down, I'm about to snatch everything. It was just a gradual thing that happened. So,
what I was trying to say was it a thing where it was like, I don't want to say the thing wrong. Excuse me. Was it like a thing where it's like, because how do you know? But you saying that you can hear. But my thing is, how do you know that for a fact? Because I know. All right, I'm gonna give you an example with myself. Sometimes I feel like God try to tell me stuff, and I'll be like, yeah. Sometimes God will try to tell me stuff, and I'll be like, I don't have that gift that you have where I hear anything.
Or do you hear it, but it's just not what you may want to hear? Or your flesh, you're not in a very consecrated place. You're not in a place where you've been fasting, this, that, and the third. So your flesh and your own desires is like, no, this is louder.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, all right, maybe this is what God may want for me. But what if it's the devil trying to play with me? I ain't gonna let him win. So now I'm fighting against what God actually wants for me because I'm thinking, oh, God want me to fight harder. He wants to see how strong I am. You know what I'm saying?
I think
with you, it's like you just left it and just let it alone.
I think I had to really learn God and learn myself and learn the difference between even my mental health, the devil, and God. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And when I say that, so say for example when you dating somebody, right? When you dating somebody, you know their voice. So if they call you from a blocked number, you know exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Because you spend time, y'all had that intimacy, this, that, and the third. So it become a thing where you really know that voice.
Yeah.
If a stranger called me from a block, who is this?
Right.
Why are you playing on my phone? I'm not listening to what you say. You're a stranger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't even come into grips with nothing that them other voices is talking about because I'm literally sure of who, that voice or what you be talking about.
That makes sense. So when it comes to prioritizing, what's your order?
Ministry first.
Okay, ministry is always first.
So only, and not to sound like I'm neglecting my husband or my family. ministry falls in alignment with my ministry starts at home.
Right.
So if ministry is first and I'm putting what God needs first, He gonna make sure everything else is situated. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason I don't say religion first, because it's a difference between relationship and religiosity. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm focused on ministry, I'm doing everything that God told me to do. I don't have nothing to worry about because I'm in a place of obedience and alignment. So it's God, it's my husband, it's me, it's my kids. Like, you know. So.
All right, that makes sense. So I have a question. Because you said, you know, God said to you, like, I'm about to send you a man that's going to understand what I'm about to do with you. How do you think that, how was that for you? Because I know it's so crazy because both you and your husband did a 180. So I would ask you, like, what's your prayer, like Sierra? But I can't really say that because, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. So when he told me to sit down, the initial thing, and this is when I go back to, you know, just being obedient. And you know, I grew up in the faith, so I'm not gonna say none of it was new. When my grandmom died, it was new for me to do my own. You know how when you have somebody that's your teacher in your faith, you sort of can rely a lot on their faith.
Yeah.
When my grandmom abruptly passed away, it's like, bro, I really gotta do this by myself now. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the process of healing from that situation, God, like, I need you to stay by yourself. I don't need you entertaining nobody. I don't need you having sex. I don't need you going to go do this, that, and the third. Don't get me wrong, when my grandma died, I didn't even know how to club. I was at Vanity. I was somewhere, I forget the name of the club, and I done went to the hookah bar, tried to order a drink, and the girl like, you're at the wrong bar. I'm like, bro, like, then it was just like a whole process, and I'm like, all right, God, you want me to sit down? Like, I get it, I hear you. God, like, I need you to be by yourself for a second. Like, you gotta learn you, like, you know. And at this time, I'm 23, so he like, no sex, no nothing. So this was crazy to me, and
Do you think it's not to cut you off? Do you think that was that just a part of your grieving, or you, like, you know, you losing somebody, or that was just you before anyway?
I'm about to tell you why I know it wasn't my grieving. My grieving, I called one of my situations as soon as I found out about my grandma. And I was in a process of breaking a soul tie with somebody. Okay. And I was already in and out talking to who I'm married to now. And of course, disclaimer, sexually active, not with everybody, okay? We just gotta make that very clear. So, you know, in the process for comfort, that was my, you know, as a human, that's the first thing you do, call who you feel comfortable. Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm laid up, I'm like, bro, this is wrong. Like, this don't even feel right. It's gonna help, you know, soothe my grief, right? Yeah. So, in the process of that, while I'm on this journey of know nothing, my old soul tie called my phone. He like, yo, can we just go to the movies, this, that, and the third? I know you said you're done, but whatever. Can we go to the movies? I'm like, all right, we can go to the movies, but we're not doing nothing. He's like, all right, cool. I'm like, so we go to the movies. So whole time I'm in the movies, I had my husband now, I had him stored under wrong time because I always felt like right person, wrong time. That's like, crazy. You know. So next thing you know, I'm in the movies, wrong time, keep calling. But if you know my husband, he is super laid back person. He don't do no double, triple, quadruple call. But this day he blowing up my phone. Yeah. So boy look over, he like, wrong time calling you. So I'm like, I gotta go take this. I go in the hallway, take it. So I answer the phone, Richie like, what you doing? Where you at? It's almost like he's sick and I was somebody else. I'm like, what's that? What is it to you? Like, you know, like that type of thing. Because I knew he was still doing him. So what you worry about me for? So that was that. So after I go back in the movie, we enjoy the movie. He like, all right, can you stay with me? So I'm like, I'm letting you know now, I'm not doing nothing with you. Yeah. So I'm laying there, right? So I hear God clearly say, get up and leave. So I'm like, I'm all the way up here.
So this was before, I mean, you grew up in it, of course, but this was before ministry.
Yeah, this was before ministry. Okay. So I'm laying there, I'm hearing God like, get up and leave. So I'm like, man, why you telling me to leave? What, he about to get in trouble? Like, what, he was scamming or something? Or if he's scamming, they were in the cops to come raid the house, I ain't gonna get locked up, I ain't do nothing. I'm talking myself out of everything of why I don't need to get up. When I tell you, next thing you know, I heard my grandma voice, she had already passed. Pan, get out of there now. I said, I gotta go. I'm getting out of there. It was the spookiest thing ever. And he looked at me, he said, I swear to God, if you, and it's crazy because this person is probably gonna watch this podcast, but whatever. He like, I swear to God, like, if you walk out that door, don't ever say nothing else to me. And I looked back and I said, you know, I'm out, right? You know, and I'm irked because now it's like 3 in the morning. I gotta drive. I was driving back to Star House because it's like go home to Delaware or go to Star House or Uptown. I just went to Uptown. So it was so far. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So in that time, I'm like, all right, guys, I see what you're doing. And then it was another time I went and I was with another ex at the movies again. And again, Richie bothering me, texting me. He only used to text me if I was near somebody. Mind you, these were two spread out situations. Mind you, I'm at when I was at the movie with the Soul Tie, I was seeing Spider-Man. Mind you, I always referred to Richie as my superhero. So ironically, I'm seeing Spider-Man, then my superhero called me, but it's on the wrong time.
Right.
Then I'm at the movies with the other person. I'm seeing Tarzan. Mind you, I used to always tell Richie, yo, I really feel like a Tarzan situation, because he was the only person who sort of made me feel like delicate, like he could sweep me off my feet. Everybody else, I felt hard, like
you had to be the hard girl.
Yeah, so that was that. So I'm like, yo, it's so weird that this always happened. But fast forward, in that time period, God, like, I just need you to be by yourself. You trying to distract yourself or everything, I just need you to be by yourself. Fast forward, I'm by myself. I'm trying to indulge in work more. I'm overworking at this point. So I was in LA. I was in LA and we had a property in Winfield, so that's why I was saying that. And my grandma called me while I'm in LA. No, I'm telling stories. That's a whole nother situation. I'm in LA. I come back from being in LA and raccoons had got into my house from through the HVAC system.
Your house that you live in?
Yeah, in Winfield. So I'm like, bro, what's the odds? Like, what's the odds? So I called my uncle girlfriend at the time. I'm like, yo, I'm about to come grab that black dress. I got a date. I had booked a helicopter ride with Richie.
Okay.
So I'm like, and mind you, this is months later. So I'm like, all right, I can start dating again, but still not doing nothing, whatever. I booked a helicopter ride. So for some reason, I was always so nervous around him. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm nervous. I'm in the helicopter like this, all stiff. Mind you, everybody else, I'm this loud person.
That's because you ain't have to be this tough girl. He was giving you soft girl.
But I ain't know how to be soft girl era. Like, it was giving, girl, guard yourself, because he got you a little, So that happens or whatever. So now we dating. We exclusive. I celebrate his birthday, whatever. I did something out the normal. I get a hotel room, do the whole decoration thing. I always told myself I'm not doing that for no man, like no boyfriend. I never did that. All like exes didn't even know I knew how to cook. Like none of that. Like, I always said I wasn't gonna do it. I did it for him. I'm like, I'm playing myself. You know how you be like, I'm playing myself real bad right now. But I did it. So by my 24th birthday, it is my 24th birthday. He surprised playing me a dinner. So we on our way there. It's at the AKA, the 38th floor. So he like, we in the car. He like, I'm on my way to my girl birthday dinner. So I look over like, your girl. Like, when we discussed this, like, when did I become your girlfriend? So it seemed like from there, it was just like everything went fast. So from there, that was my 24th birthday, which is December 24th. My 24th birthday, by January 15th, we had found a whole other place to live. I was at his house. I found out that, well, first, we come out the house, the mailman knew who he was off Instagram. I don't like that. I don't like people knowing where I live at. Next, one of his exes banging on the door. He fight her, get out of my house, I don't deal with you this and the third. So I'm glad I can hear the truth. But now we going through the season of having to, like, all right, you gotta go type of thing, because we here with it now. So we moved. So I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, I think I want to move in with Richie. And I'm a mama's girl real bad. So I thought she was like, girl, that's weird. Or you was a fool. Like, move in with a dude. Like, you was a fool. She was like, I think that would be good. And I looked at my phone like, you said what? You think that would be good? So I did it. Next thing you know, and disclaimer for those, I'm gonna tell you what I went through as far as ministry once I, got pregnant. But by now, I think 5 months later, I'm pregnant. So next thing you know, I'm pregnant. Then I'm getting ordained to be a minister. Because now I'm back in ministry. Then we got married by the time I turned 25. We got married once my son was 3 months. So this all happened in a year span. Like we started going together on my 24th birthday. 3 months after I turned, 5 months after I turned 25, we was married. So all of that I just explained to you was only a year and a half span.
That's crazy.
So my life literally just was like, and in the process of that, I still, after having babies, I'm trying to run the store. I thought I was going to be that boss mom. Like, that was ideal. Boss mom, my baby, I got the high chair in the store and all that. Then I started feeling like super protective. I don't want my kid in the store with me. Because I'm still in West Philly. Then I'm like, dang, I don't got the momentum to do marketing here, to attend this event. I'm trying to run 2 stores. It was a burnout. I shut down.
So you feel like God like literally sent you your husband?
Absolutely.
So I think a lot of people on Instagram, and I know the truth because I'm close enough to know the truth, but just for the people, a lot of people think that it was you that literally gave him an ultimatum, like you're going to do this or
That's
you can't work.
insane. That's insane.
And from hearing you tell this story, I know a lot of people, if you haven't told it before, because I know you got your own YouTube, but
that's insane only because I didn't even believe in marriage. When I was 14 and my mom and stepdad separated, I was done with it because I felt like every marriage I saw around me failed.
right.
I saw marriages stay together just because the church said stay together. I saw marriages stay together because they got money together. I saw married people stay together the whole time. It was a bunch of infidelity. Yeah. I didn't believe in marriage.
Yeah.
That was crazy. He randomly one day woke up, and it's all on footage, so anybody don't play with me. But you know, one day he like, let's get married.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He's like, let's go past the office right now and get married. So I'm like today? Like, you know,
right.
This was, I think it was supposed to be like April 26 or something like that. We ended up waiting until May 5th. That's my grandma's birthday.
Okay.
We ended up getting married. We tried to keep it real private. And another thing that's so funny about that rumor, because when we first started going together, it was rumored, it was a publicity stunt. And I'm like, it's not giving love and hip hop. So
yeah.
who was the publicity stunt for? Because if you look at the numbers at each store we had, it was already doing numbers. So what did we need? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when we got married, I tried to keep it private. So I actually went to the altar.
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I love and hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I love and hate it because I feel as though, and a lot of people feel like this about me. They feel like I'm too humble.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't boast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say this, that, and the third. But you give a lot of your, you give what's supposed to be gave,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't give. I feel like you don't give enough. But maybe that's just your. You don't give enough.
I'm about to tell
I
you.
feel like that.
I'm about to tell you why, and it's so crazy. People that don't know me stereotype me and think I'm super arrogant, and that'd be crazy to me
Super
because
arrogant. They think you're judgmental.
Yes.
They think you're at this point inhumane. And we're gonna get into that.
I can't wait, but I went to the altar. I didn't want us to have rings. I didn't want nobody to know. It was people at my old church that like lingered around and saw the setup. So word traveled through my church to the point where I'm like, bro, I'm about to tell social media because I already tell my business before somebody else did. But in the video, if you watch our the link to our ceremony, he surprised me at the altar with a ring.
Yeah.
We wasn't supposed to have rings. I said I don't want to have rings for the first year. But Kat the jeweler, shout out to Kat the jeweler from DeVito & Co. She was calling me acting like we was designing his ring for when we get rings.
Yeah.
Whole time they was designing my ring.
Right.
So I had a custom ring getting made. Whole time the jeweler calling me. I don't even know that she building my ring, but.
Right.
It's crazy. The arrogant thing is insane because I feel like in a world full of people, that's all they do is stunt. I don't even take a third of the opportunities a fourth of the opportunities I had to stunt. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because it's like at this point I see the people that really don't have no money, that never really touch no real money, knowing how to act like they got money. I know people that really got money that you would assume is poor.
Yeah.
I know what it is to have a lot. I know what it is that I have nothing. So stunting is crazy to me.
Right.
And the judgmental pieces, let's
I feel like not so much stunting. That's not the part that I want you to do more of.
Well, flexing.
I just, not even that. I just feel as though maybe from like the old, when I first met you, you know what I'm saying? You never gave like snooty or snobby, but you gave, I'm a boss and I'm this and I'm that. So I always picture, oh, if this girl get married, it's gonna be huge, it's gonna be big. That's what I'm saying. Like you dumb stuff down because it's like I don't even need to do all of that, and you don't.
And I don't like. I like everything intimate. I want to know whoever's around is really happy for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like anything. I don't like birthdays, anything, none of that real big because I'm real particular about who I have around me and let alone who I have around my kids now, etc. So I got blood family. I was getting phone calls like, yo, I ain't, you know.
Yeah.
Relationship is relationship.
Yeah.
Relatives and family is two different things, you know.
Yeah. So talking about you know, falling back from business and everything. Let me ask, what was your first one?
First what, business? Pink Ice. Pink Ice was my first store. First business, of course, I was a hairstylist.
Yeah.
Then I had a jewelry line. So I had a t-shirt line, motivational movement, all of that type of stuff.
And what's your favorite?
Pink Ice.
Okay.
After the shoe bar was my original dream, but it wasn't until these past 2 years I realized like Pink Ice is what I'm still like super in love with and passionate about.
What made you close it?
The same thing, life. Like I had to choose.
Yeah.
You want to keep, and I'm gonna be honest, I tried to hold on tight.
Yeah.
I went broke trying to hold on tight.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer also that I had to be humble.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have automatically been as submissive if I still was getting money like I was getting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be flat out honest.
That makes sense.
Because at the first time him getting on my nerves, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story. One of our first arguments as a married couple, I got mad, took my son, booked me a hotel room. I was out. I forgot to put gas in my car. My car broke down in the driveway. And I'm like, bro, but God, like, yo, I keep telling you, you don't run a marriage and boyfriend and girlfriend is two different things.
Right.
So I'm gonna show you how to do this. Like,
right.
You get what I'm saying? But I truly believe now I'm able to go back, and God knows that I'm disciplined enough as a wife and fearing Him enough, to God enough, to where I'm going to be able to still fulfill my purpose, and I'm going to still be a millionaire. I could have been a millionaire for real. Like, and for real, who's to say whether I am a millionaire or not? Because, social media won't ever know. But, I just know I had to go broke in order to see life through the lens that I see it.
Yeah.
It just gave me clarity on my actual being, so.
That makes sense. What makes you super original? Because I know when it comes down to anything that you do is always extraordinary. Like, and it's crazy because extraordinary normally means like extra, big. Mm-hmm. No, it just means like original, creative. Like everything that you do is always on your own path. Like you are a trendsetter. Mm-hmm. Like you'll start something and then it'll be something like nobody else ever seen, even when it comes down to like your maternity shoots. Mm-hmm. People always go for the same looks and stuff like that. Where do you come up with being so original?
Growing up, my mom was real big on, but what do you like?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Right.
Like that was like a question that I had to know the answer to. Because of course we all go through our moments. We might have a follower moment or whatever,
mm-hmm.
You may desire whatever. But my mom always wanted me to know who I was. Mm-hmm. And even growing up, like I didn't like Barbie and all of that kind of stuff. I didn't want to dress up in princess stuff. My mom literally customized my name on everything. Mm-hmm. Book bags, couches in my rooms, lunchboxes, pencils, whatever. Everything was about me. So when it came down to it as a kid, I was always trying to do something. I was designing clothes. I was doing nails. I just never wanted to look like what everybody else had going on.
Right.
And my name is December.
Right.
So I automatically stuck out like a sore thumb all the time.
Right.
My mom was real big on me experiencing diversity. So a lot of places I went, I was typically an only black girl or whatever. So instead of allowing it to be an insecurity, my mom wanted me to always be able to, I don't want to say capitalize off of that, but take advantage of what it is that's different about you.
Right.
And now it's like with social media, every day you wake up, social media look like a Build-A-Bear workshop.
It does.
You pick your aesthetic for your page, you pick the car you drive, you pick the type of house you have. Everybody has the same decor, the same knickknacks on their shelves in their house. They dress the same, same poses, same everything. And I'm like, I don't want to look like that.
Right.
Like, I don't want that. So I think that's my inspiration because it's like, if I was supposed to be like that, my name would be their name. My name is my name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes 100% sense.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a lot of people that on the judging topic, a lot of people think because like even when it comes to your originality, like people will be like, because it's different, somebody would think, oh, she's just trying to be too different. You know what I'm saying? But that's just because they never seen it. Or even when it comes down to, and everything that come across my desk, you know what's up with me. I don't gotta run back and say it to you without it being checked in front of me first.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it came across my desk before. It's like, oh, this girl is just so fake. She just trying to act like she's so holier than thou.
And that's crazy.
And it's crazy because I know you. You know what I'm saying? You know me. Some secrets that y'all never know. And it's like, I have never heard anything that you know about me come back. Exactly. Ever. Exactly. I have never felt judged. And we're two different religions. I never felt it. So when the person was saying it to me, I kindly they wasn't even saying it to me. They were saying it to somebody else, not even knowing that we are how we are.
Yeah.
So when they were singing, I was letting them talk. When they got done, I said, you know her? They like, no, I'm just saying, well, if you don't know her, then you don't know anything.
Exactly. It's so funny that you say that because behind the scenes is one of the members of our ministry. Do I not talk about everything that I did wrong? They be at church cracking up.
Yeah.
A lot of people be like, she assistant pastor, why she said it? Because I did it. I did it. Like, I did my dirt. That's why God called me to do what I do. Not because I'm perfect or because I'm super holy.
Right.
Granted, now, I make it my business to keep myself set apart.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I refrained from doing didn't even come from church and ministry. I'm grown.
Yeah.
And the problem is a lot of people don't evolve.
Yeah.
Or the problem is,
oh, you changed.
yeah, and it's like, I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
And also, going back to what I said, people are followers.
Yeah.
You're just strictly followers. So it's like, because I don't want to follow, I guess, you know, and then I'm gonna definitely hold people accountable. And I'm gonna give you your words back. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if somebody come to me and say, I know I'm supposed to be doing this and I know I'm supposed to be doing that. When I remind you that you said that, am I now judging what you're not doing, or am I redirecting you back to what you said you was going to do and what your goals were?
A lot of people don't like people that hold them accountable. And that's why a lot of people lose friendships, romantic relationships, anything like that, because they don't want to be held accountable, or a lot of people feel guilty for the things that they don't do that you're supposed to do.
And that's what I mean by that's why I can't thank my mom enough for always asking me, who am I?
Yeah.
Now, who do people want you to be?
Right.
Not who, now in the world we live in, who social media wants you to be. Not even who that dude saying he wants you to be.
Right.
If you ask my husband why you in love with me, he gonna say, because I am who I am.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Let me call my husband. Hold on. Hold on. Let me, this when you got fact check, because we gonna keep it original. It's crazy.
Hello?
Babe.
Yes.
Why you marry me?
Did I marry you?
Yeah.
Because you're everything I ever wanted and needed.
Why you love me?
Because,
Oh, favor.
that's hard to explain. It'll take me a little while to write a book about it.
All right. How you feel like I am like different from other women?
You like the opposite of every woman that I ever encountered.
I'll rest my case, babe. You don't hurt your brain too much, babe. Tell me when I get there. All right.
I'm jealous.
You know, like it is. You know, it when they say go left, go right. That at the end of the day, if your man looking for you and you sitting in the crowd with everybody else, how he gonna see you? The Bible said, "He who finds a wife find a good thing." Not when that wife go try to find a husband. That's where, you know, it's different. Like I said, I can get real deep, you know. But hey, you see it's coming out. All I had to do was get fuel. She judgmental. She fake. That's crazy to me, right? You know, but it's crazy that I had when people talk. I tried so hard to relate that I had somebody tell me it was a narcissistic thing to do. And it hurt my feelings because I'm like, narcissistic, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But somebody was literally venting to me. I'm like, yeah, I went through that too. She like, I just wanted you to listen right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to respond.
Right.
I thought that the right thing to do was, hey, I understand.
To make sure you don't feel alone.
Exactly. So to say judgmental is crazy because I'm a super transparent person.
Yeah, when that girl was talking, she said,
she probably be in my DM and say, I'm pretty.
Listen, she said something. She said, yeah, I don't like that. She said, something. I think it was about my networking event when you was about to come speak. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Sam coming, I'm hyped. She's like, oh, talking about her? She said, I don't like her. I said, you know her?
That be social media. Because I don't even get around people.
She said she just seems so fake and act like she holier than thou. I said, you should meet her. She not
Happiness look crazy to people. Happiness look fake.
Yeah.
Fake looks so real now.
Yeah.
That real looks so fake.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? It's the craziest thing. And it's the craziest thing to where I say all the time, the devil got people minds so corrupt that some people are so poor all they have is money.
Yeah.
Some people are so happy that they don't understand it. They don't even understand what happiness really is.
Yeah.
Because when you strip situations of opportunity and things from people, are you truly happy with who you are?
Right.
When you wake up every day, some days you're going to wake up, I'm a little funny looking today.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be happy. I'm talking about cheese and ear to ear.
Yeah.
Not because of a thing that I got.
Right.
But it's because God, damn, you really chose me for this life.
Yeah.
Like, you chose me to be responsible for this. You chose, like, I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy. Like, even my mental health starting to rock off a little bit. Let me call my therapist. Let me go into prayer.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Happiness is something that's progressive and it's indefinite. Like, you know, so.
People try to read you from social media a lot. Just people, period. And it's like, it's crazy because it's normally the opposite. Like, okay, if you look at my Instagram, somebody told me my Instagram, I look like a mean girl. I'm the furthest thing from
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Yeah.
Somebody said I look like real stuck up and I'm goofy. Literally the last podcast that I just put out, I guess they watched it and I, mentioned why I took 2 months off and they was like, oh, you don't look depressed to me, you just bored bad. What did I got? You know what I'm saying? Like, one don't have nothing to do with the other. And I just feel like, and you know what's crazy? When they said that, I never even posted that. It was somebody, I guess, that saw me in the store because it was a fake page. And I'm like, that's so weird.
That's crazy.
I never posted that. So it's like people will just
not even understand that sometimes when people depressed, they'll go shopping. Like, that's really a response to depression sometimes. They shop, so
it's crazy. It's insane. But then, like, your Instagram, I feel like people look at it like, oh, she look too happy. Why put out sad stuff to people who ain't gonna do nothing about it? You're not God. You're nobody in my immediate family. You can't help me. So why would I put out here, post today, oh, today I'm sad? Like, people want to see everything and still they're going to have something to say regardless. So that's neither here nor there. Getting into the energy you keeping around you. We kind of talked about that, but I want to tap in a little more. It say, what happens when you feel like you really love somebody? You could have came up with them. You love them so bad, but their energy just doesn't align with yours anymore.
So my people's though, when I say it, like it sounds cliche. I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I really am.
Yeah.
Just not from a distance. Like, you got to so many times, and I feel like the reason that so many things has happened with people's mental health have been toxic in families is because people felt like you were automatically entitled to be in somebody's presence because y'all were family. And if it ain't a curse that I'm breaking that one.
Yeah.
I have to be very selective on what I bring into my atmosphere to maintain that happiness that looks so fake. You get what I'm saying? And again, discernment and prayer. You get what I'm saying? It's sometimes that, God will be like, I need you to pull away from that person for a season. Sometimes my husband, sometimes he'll bring that person back. Me and my little cousin Star, we would always see each other at my aunt's house and stuff growing up, but we didn't start hanging together until we was in our 20s.
Yeah.
So it's just about being just discerning. And I think one of my favorite, or one of the funniest things is, I could talk about the circle. I'm going to just get into it real quick. So I'm going to just talk about how I met everybody. My best friend, I met her in 12th grade. I always used to skip this one class. And I didn't do my homework one day, so I asked her, could I copy her? No, the first day, she was staring at me. So my best friend stared at everybody. I don't know why she just be staring. She's not mean, but she just be staring. So I'm looking like, what is this looking at? But we go to school in Delaware. Yeah. So one day I was like, you got some gum? Because she was chewing gum. She like, yes, in that joint right there. So I was like, John. I was like, you from Philly? She was like, yeah, I'm from South Philly. I'm like, oh, for real? So we talking, then I copy off her homework. Yeah. But on the thing, you had to say why your homework was late. She was like, my son was sick. I'm like, your son? She like, yeah, we in 12th grade. When I tell you this girl, all good grades, all her work always turned in. Yeah. I don't got no good reason why my work ain't turned in. I don't got no kid or nothing. Right. From there, she had to be my best friend. I told her too much about business. Yeah. They've been my best friend since 2011. My little cousin Star, I already mentioned her. Anye and Manje, they signed up for my mentoring program. And it's crazy because Anye is the furthest from a Joe person. Like, she's like one of the thoroughest people I ever met in my life. Like, super trustworthy, all that. Like, I trust her with my life. But she's not Joe. So I feel like God made her call me and come to that joint because I can't imagine her walking into a mentorship program from somebody on Instagram. She ain't even that type. Right. You know what I'm saying? Manje walked in, she was a flight attendant. I'm like, oh, I like her. Anye, I got sick when I was pregnant and she was managing Pink Ice. I ain't have to question where my money was going, none of that. She bringing my money to my house. Like, I automatically trusted her with everything in. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And she's never, like, made me question nothing. Yeah. Manje, Monday made me question everything. She actually creeped me out. We laugh all the time. She's such a, sis, you need me to rub your feet? Or sis, and I'm like, bro, stop touching me. Like, why are you like this? Like, but one day she like, I just want to help you. What's your address? I'm like, I'm not giving this girl my address. That's weird. Like, why do you keep asking me where, like, you're not coming to my house? But, you know, I'm glad we did end up getting close because she's still like that. She'll just come in, clean bathrooms, change the kids, put the kids to bed. Sis, you need your feet. And I'm like, why are you like, it almost seemed unreal. Yeah. But if she's still acting after, what, like 5, 6 years, then she good. Like, you know? But, and Dom was a Pink Ice customer.
Really?
I was like, oh, you're so cute. You twisted your hair. She was like, yeah. She used to come get her favorite, it was like a water ice thing or something like that. Then she became my brand manager. But all in all, we all ended up walking in ministry together. So ministry sort of keep us tight. But I ain't going to sit here and say we don't all be having bad energy sometime and spiritual warfare and all of that. But one thing we do, we'll call a Zoom call quick. We're going to talk it out. We're going to pray it out. We're going to fast together. We're going to do all of that. And it's not going to leave the circle.
I love that.
Yeah, so, but.
I love it.
Discernment for sure.
I hope my friend group is listening. Over the years, baby, we just.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, like, why do we have to take for. I feel like in high school, like, I met my friend group in high school in 9th grade too. I feel like we all, like, people say I'm so mean, whatever. But I was the one to keep everybody together. Mm-hmm. Like, I would be the one like, oh, girl's not in my house. Mm-hmm. And if you don't come, I'll feel that way because it's at my house. Mm-hmm. So I used to just call it or at my house, or we always use like a mirror house. Whoever house is available, we'll just do it. But I'm always the one to kind of call it. Yes, I love my best friend. I'm always the one to call it. And it's like, once life starts lifing, you can't just have one person that's inside of a friend group to want the friendship. Mm-hmm. Because it becomes overwhelming. And I don't call nothing no more.
I think the dynamics of, because I had friend groups that I'm the type of person, blood don't make a difference. When I'm telling you I love you, I'm riding for you, I'm so all in. Yeah. To the point where I'm not gonna sit here and say I've always been innocent in every fallout. You get what I'm saying? You can't be the victim in every story.
Right, of course.
But I love so hard and so deep that reciprocity wasn't always there. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I think is there with this group of people is because God is our foundation. Yeah. So when things happen,
that's the only thing that differs from everything else.
Yeah, and then we hold each other together according to the book that we all follow. Like you get what I'm saying? In prayer, and I'm gonna be honest, we all on a sobriety journey. Yeah. None of us. Again, being transparent, I tell my ministry all the time. They'll tell you. We went out for Star's birthday probably like 2 birthdays ago. And everybody, God delivered people from different stuff at different times. Yeah. He told me particular, you better not drink. Yeah. So I didn't. They was lemon dropping and all of that. So I'm sitting there laughing. I always order coffee everywhere we go. Mm-hmm. I'm laughing. Baby, Star flipped out. She flipping people phones over. She flipped out. Like they all arguing back and forth. And I'm just sitting here watching the whole thing. God, like, this is why I told you not to drink. Because if you was drunk too, you wouldn't have been able to see and know what to pray for. Right. You can see exactly what's going on now because you sober-minded and vigilant. Yeah. So when the Bible's telling us to say sober-minded, it's not because he don't want us to have fun. Yeah. Bro, this life is a spiritual life. Like, you get what I'm saying? You got to be able to see what's going on. So once everybody start being able to identify addictions, identify what's triggering toxicity, identify what they're going through mentally and all of that, and we all come back to that common ground, we was able to be good. And it's like we going through hard stuff together. Yeah. You got 2 of us out the circle that's married. Everybody else is all practicing abstinence. They're all on their abstinence journey. And we just celebrated Dom's 3rd year of refraining from sex.
How was it? Well, I'm pretty sure your friend group is really, really y'all tight. So mm-hmm. If you don't judge me, I know you don't judge them. Yeah. But do you think that there's anything in your friend group, like, do you think that there will be any, like, if one of them just, I honestly feel like.
If one of them slipped up?
Yeah.
They did.
And they would tell you?
Yeah. They slipped up. It's been multiple times. They slipped up. They'll say, at first I didn't tell y'all because I didn't want y'all to be disappointed, this, and the third. And we slipped, like, what? Disappointed? I was pregnant and out of wedlock. Favor is the first child I had in wedlock. Right. I was a pregnant minister and got ridiculed so bad. Everybody like, how you get ordained as a minister and you pregnant? A lot of stuff that mostly anything that anybody in my circle has done or did, I did it too.
Right.
That's the bottom line. You can't ever leave that. Even the things that some people may be embarrassed about, whatever, never forget where God delivered you from.
Right.
Because I feel like the reason, even some personal conversations you and I had,
Yeah.
the reason I was able to be that person for you is because the first thing I did was say, DK, I went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't go through stuff so we can get past it and now we become judgmental. We
Right.
go through it so we'll know exactly what to say, how to handle it, how to redirect, how to comfort. Exactly. So,
that makes sense.
well, now, do we hold each other accountable? Absolutely. Down to they just all told me off on my way here. So, they actually, it was bad. And it's all because I didn't want Manje to pay me for something that I did for her business. So they all, you need to stop this and all. So that's all they do. But as far as accountability, we definitely gonna hold each other accountable for sure.
Yeah. You know how you always got that one friend that's like I'm looking for the word. Like if something happened, if somebody had to say, oh, somebody slipped up, you wanna know in your head who it is? So how do you deal with that person? Like trying to help them grow, because I know sometimes when you're pouring so much into somebody trying to help them grow, it kind of like, all right, how many times we gonna keep, you know?
The best thing I can do is I always redirect people back to their own conviction.
Yeah.
That's between you and God ultimately. Like, you get what I'm saying, and what you know you up against. Like, you know, my prayer life is what it is. So sometimes God will show me stuff. You know, sometimes God, you ain't even gotta tell me. I already know what happened.
Right.
So it's just a matter if you want to tell me, you can. But 9 times out of 10, God showed it to me already, and I already took it into prayer. So now I know how to, you know. But it like I said, I really know for sure that if we wasn't on, I got hair on me. If we wasn't on a faith walk, then it would be hard. But the person that I think, it depends on what it is, because Manje is typically the one that everybody fight the most.
Okay.
But that's the person I fight the least. The circle used to get mad. They like, you think she's innocent? She don't do nothing. And at first, you really couldn't convince me that my girl did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But now she's like, sis, you was like, you know, big sis, you just be trying to protect me and all that. But she don't hear it. At first, she see red, and then she Liberian, so they go here quick.
It's crazy because my friend that everybody kind of gets with the most, she's Jamaican. Kelsey, I'm talking about you.
Yep.
It's like everybody is, if it's an argument, it's always somebody in Kelsey. Like, why are everybody arguing with you?
Yeah, it's always like that. Star used to fight real bad, but now Star used to be like, it was like a what's up type of thing. But now, you're right.
That's crazy.
Because we grown.
I never saw a story like that.
Honestly, I know that side of her, but a lot of people get shocked when they see
Star
her
did
too.
a 182. But I never seen her like, you know,
She's
I've
still
been around Star since I was this big. Like, and I just felt like I never saw Star. She was always like, you know, I call you my son, you call me my diamond. I always call her my Star. Since
Star will react to most things before anybody in the circle. She act like a little, like she's super protective too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think definitely the most person the person that we talk to most is probably Manje. But again, it really depends on what it is. If it come to being mean to people, it's probably Star. When it came down to dudes, it was Jay or Dom. But they the best friends, and they both always say, "Don't hold me to what I used to do, because I don't be." And I had to tell them from a safety place. Dom, when she do something, she going off by herself to go do it. And I used to say, we living in a crazy world now, bro. I never want something to happen to you, and none of us, we all got each other location.
Yeah.
But if you with somebody, let us know, because God got seasons for dating. I don't care how old you are, but let us know for safety purposes. Like, you get what I'm saying? What's going on, where you at, whatever. But other than that, like, I think it's been hilarious watching us all grow. Yeah. But we all started off early 20s. I ain't a baby. She only 25. So, you know, but other than that, we all 30. Dom turning 31. So we, you know, we just growing together. So
I feel like I got not really friends that do that. My friends, they a little bit weird. I don't know why. I don't got their location. They don't trust me.
I'm saying the location right now.
I don't want y'all funky location anyway. But no, my little cousin Zoe. That's one thing about Zoe. We'll sit around and we'll talk about like guys and stuff like that. So we kind of like got code names for like who's who.
Absolutely.
And we always want to know when Zoe's with somebody that she talks so much trash about, because you want to unsend your location or turn your location off. Zoe, we don't care. We just try to make sure you alright. Like, she be doing that all the time. I hate that. I'm crying. So your friend group family. I don't even want to call it a friend group because y'all are so tight knit. Your family is Instagram famous. I don't know if you knew it. From all of the way y'all love on each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had this one birthday. I think it was my 20. What year was that with the pink hair? 24th. Oh, it was my 25th birthday. They had planned me. I said I was very strategic about what I wanted. I said I want y'all to plan something this year. I don't want to have to say this is what I want to do. I want y'all to plan something. I don't want to do nothing but come get dressed and come. And I didn't think they was gonna do it, but they really did. They made me a talk show. They had all types of DK my logo wrapping paper for all my kids. That was my best birthday, and they probably don't know it, but that was really my best birthday. Like I had a time because it was so genuine. Yeah. That year I felt like I was a part of your friend group. Yeah. Like I like that.
I'm not even playing.
I like that so bad. Like I like thoughtful stuff because people always think like their ideal birthdays is, oh, a birthday coming up, let me get her this bag, let me get her these earrings. No, I don't need none of that from y'all. I want y'all to think about something that's like, yeah, and I always like to talk. That's crazy because I wanted a talk show, now I got a podcast. Right. I love talking, I love having a conversation with my friends. Like, it was so decent from the talk show. They had cards, everything. It was just so decent. Like, to this day, when I think about that, that was my absolute favorite, best birthday I ever had. So I just feel like y'all do it big like that every year. Even though y'all might not look at it like it's big because y'all be doing like little gestures from Sade name on the hangers, baby. To it started birthday.
You want to know what's so funny though for Sade's birthday, and it's so funny. Shout out to Sade. That was one of my newer friends. So bringing her around was just like, oh my goodness, because Sade because she's so, it was like a lot for her, and it was like, oh my God, it was scary for everybody to organically be able to mesh together, because we met on Instagram Live a couple years ago. But again, we all walk in ministry together, so it's easy. But we ordered her official joints, and we had to quickly improvise. Shout out to behind your scenes Dom Company. Went and we always customized everything through Dom. So it's so funny that the hanger stood out to you because they wasn't even the official hanger that was supposed to be there, but the vendor messed up the stuff.
It be the small stuff for me, like whatever y'all like it was the outfits, because I don't know any of them personally, you know what I'm saying? But I just know, like I can know enough from Instagram. Yeah, right. So it's like, dang, they really hit that on the nose. Like that's really them. Like when y'all went to the beach and everybody was in sync. Like
I had such a beach babe, and then I was hot. Don was passing out. We thought we was going to call the paramedics on Don.
I don't think it's a single thing that y'all did that if you give me like a sentence, I'm gonna be like, it was such and such birthday. Y'all went here. Y'all had on this. When I tell you, me and Peanut be stalking y'all, I'm like, when y'all birthdays come up, we be so hyped. Peanut be like, yo, we need new family, we need new friends, we gotta figure something out. I be like,
just started though. Just started because the thing is, we didn't come into each other's life doing it. A lot of them, Dom will tell you all the time, she was like, you the first friend that stayed. Dom would be like, all my friends, like, I didn't know I was like this or whatever. It's literally about loving the hell out of somebody, literally. Like, you get what I'm saying? Dom, one of them friends, I asked God, I don't want to be her friend no more. Get her away from me, because she was making me so mad. Like, the stuff she was doing, God said, no, that's blood on your hands. If you let go of that friend, and I know that I ordained y'all for each other's life, that's on you. And I'm so glad that I didn't let my flesh override the situation. But Dom would be like, people just didn't stay. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it didn't work. But the thing is, everybody didn't come around. Some people had issues with females. Some people never been in a friend group before. You know, it just was a lot. But it was, all right, let's start a tradition and let's stick to it. And it just became something that we organically did. But especially my best friend don't really do females. Yeah, so it definitely wasn't enough. We just like, all right, let's be friends and let's do birthdays. It was just like, it just happened.
Yeah, my friend, we did that one time. I think because it was COVID and everybody was down. Like everybody was like, "Dang, my birthday coming. We can't go nowhere. We can't do nothing." Essentially, like the way my friend group is, like majority of my friends are like, I wouldn't say party girls, but when their birthday comes, oh, we going out, we get a section, we doing this, and I'm the total opposite. Like I don't really care to go out, but I will if y'all want me to. But I'm not really a go-outer. I'm not a tripper. I don't really take trips. I don't really do too much. So when their birthdays come around, I try to, pull through for them because that's what they want to do. But I'm like, is that what y'all want to do? Because that's all y'all know. So
but
that
that's
one
a big
year,
one right there.
We changed the whole thing. And that 1 year was decent for me.
That's a big one. Asking, is that all y'all know? Because Dom was a tripper.
Yeah.
Dom would say it all the time. Every year her mom sent her on a trip. So what happens when you get to a place financially you couldn't take your trip?
Yeah.
What does your happy now look like?
Yeah.
What do you like when they can't, like, every year we'll be like, what does this year like mean to you? What does it look like for you? Like, and you answer the question, but it's complicated because it's like sometimes it's like I don't know the answer, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know, but it's really a part of finding yourself, and I know the right group of people is gonna help you find that part of yourself that you didn't know you needed to find. Like,
right.
You know, and it's a constant evolution. Man.
Right. It's crazy because Amira always asks me, like, outside of work, what makes you happy? What do you like? Because Amira is a tripper too. She'll be like, girl, like, you don't take trips, you don't do this, you don't do that. And I'm like, how do you know my happiness is going to be in trips? She's like, how you know it's not going to be? Because you don't do it. I'm not opposed to trying. Like, I don't mind it, but I'm just always, how you was, a workaholic. Like, work just consumed my life. And
so now what is your happiness?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know. I really think that my love language is, I really feel like I was put here to help people.
So who helps you? And what makes you happy though? Not what you can do for somebody else. What makes you happy?
It's gonna sound crazy, but seeing other people happy makes me happy.
No, I completely believe you. Knowing you, I genuinely believe you. But what would make you happy? Outside of other people, if you couldn't ask a question about, or it couldn't be about nobody else.
You know what I think? I think the real thing that's going to make me happy hasn't came yet. So, in the meantime, in between, I feel like that is what's,
Are you doing things to find it?
No.
You can't find it in your room, Diane, because I watch your page all day. You be like, I ain't moved from this spot all week.
No, I really think that the only thing other than, not saying I did everything, been there, done it for every single thing, but I do feel like I've done a lot. I really feel like I'm not really missing out on too much. The only other thing other than an entrepreneur and, things I want to be is a mom and a wife. So I feel like once that, I'm not going looking for that. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to know what's so funny though? When I went through postpartum depression, after being a mom, after being a wife, I was depleted. I never thought that December was going to get to a place after my whole life had been about who is December. I never thought I wouldn't be able to answer the question of who I was.
Yeah.
And one day my husband was going to go take me to buy me some sneakers. And he was like, you like these, you like these? I'm like, no. He like, so what do you like? I bust out crying. And
because you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because now I had to dress different according to how I could breastfeed. Because I exclusively breastfeed still to this day. I couldn't dress as provocative with my boobs and stuff because now I'm somebody's wife, I'm somebody's minister, I didn't know how to define happiness outside of work.
Yeah. And
having my kid and choosing to choose my kid instead of work, I knew that I did the right thing, but it was like, bro, so now what do I do? Yeah. What makes me happy from here? Like, you get what I'm saying? And these past couple years of becoming Mrs. McCoy is I've been hashtagging it probably for like the last 3 years. I literally been doing different stuff. Even revisiting some things that I used to do. Do I like this? Do I not? You get what I'm saying? Because as a mom and as a wife, if you lose yourself in what it is that you won't be no good to them. Yeah. Because they're always looking for you to bring in something fresh. You're in charge of what's going on emotionally. You're in charge of the morale in the house. Your husband come home after a long day. What's going to make him happy? You can't make him happy if you're not happy. Right. But what about when he can't make you happy because he don't understand what he's going through? So now you got to be that praying wife that not only got to pray for what makes him happy, but now what makes you happy. And kids don't stop being kids. Right. Life don't stop being life. Right. Every other response, you get what I'm saying? So you literally always got to feed your happy. And that's why a lot of women get lost in the housewife thing. And I told my husband, although I'm super blessed to be taken care of, I don't want for nothing, I don't have to work. He said, you literally don't have to work. Yeah. I'm going to work because I know I still have so much purpose and stuff to fulfill. But at the same time, I had to go back and figure out who I was again before going back into the workspace. Yeah. Because other than that, your household will lack. Yeah. And it'll lead to so many other things. But I definitely would recommend just figure it out. Because sometimes God will say, I was holding up your husband until you figured you out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. And it's a lot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So being as though we was talking about household, you mentioned household. How do you upkeep a healthy marriage considering, you just put yourself on this, I don't want to say pedestal or high horse, but it's like, it's almost like, I know God's the foundation, but it's almost like, now I have to be the wife that's going to make sure that he's happy, that this is happy, I'm happy to make sure that he's happy, and the kids are happy because they deserve happy parents, and so forth. How do you do that? Because if you feel like, do you ever feel like maybe sometimes what you have going on might be not really overwhelming your husband, but you don't want to say certain stuff because it might overwhelm him, and then how do you make sure that he's still happy?
It does. And one thing that I'll say is marriage isn't always about happiness. Because you'll go through seasons of your life where mental health is a big thing. We all coming from our own upbringings, this, that, and the third. We dealing with our life. It's some things that my husband may go through that I won't know because his job is to protect me from knowing, right? We had to figure out what are we here for? What is keeping us together, right? And from there, we both established we have a purpose to fulfill and a legacy to leave, to let people know that true love and authentic marriage and monogamy and all of these things can really come from us.
Right.
Healthy love and marriage can really come from us. So even when we was in the phase of TikTok and we was going viral and all that, God said no more content. You can't. If people go through these self-care journeys and these self-discovery journeys or these journeys of finding your spouse, when you oversharing it on social media, you're learning your new self or you're married at the same time as these strangers, and now everybody else has the same information on y'all that y'all got. What's left to a surprise? So when y'all come back to y'all huddle, what's secret?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So what I'll say is, marriage isn't always about happiness. It's about sacrifice. It's about purpose. There are some seasons where my husband went through something, and I had to sacrifice some of my happiness because I had to be there for him. When I was going through postpartum depression, he was like, my mom pushed through everything. My mother-in-law will tell you, postpartum depression, she didn't acknowledge stuff like mental health and all of that kind of stuff. So it made him sort of have some narcissistic traits, and I'm looking like, bro, like what's going on? You leaving me hanging. Now to this day, he literally went down there. We had another chance with favor. He's way more hands-on now. He said, this time I think I went through postpartum. But the thing about it is, he had to educate himself on how to help me, but he couldn't figure out how to help me until I was able to articulate what I was going through. It was new for me. So I think extreme communication, I think prayer every day together. Like, it sounds so cliche, make sure you pray. No, literally, make sure you pray. Because the devil don't stop what he do. So you can't let the devil outwork you when your marriage is the focus. Because he's going to keep working on your marriage, so you got to make sure you're working on your marriage. You get what I'm saying? And just doing little gestures to make sure each other happy because, or make sure each other knows that, look, I was selfless about you today. Like, we went through seasons where we didn't really have it. We went through seasons where we was up. Like, and each of those seasons we had the same thing, and that was just being intentional about each other. And learning is strictly about us. And it can't be, sometimes it's not even about the kids. That sounds like a crazy topic for a lot of people in this generation, but my husband has to be number one. After God. My husband is priority. My husband is number one. So that's what it is.
That makes sense. I hate that when people keep talking about that on Instagram, like who comes first, who eats first, who do this. It's just so, I mean, to me, it's common sense, but people really be arguing the opposite way.
But that's why it goes back to, I don't push religion as an agenda. I push for what your faith is and whatever you saying you stand on. Allow that to really be your guide. Because the bottom line is the guide that I follow is the Bible, and the Bible lets me know clearly who comes first. So after that, what are we deviating? What are we talking about? Like, you get what I'm saying? It said what it said. This is what you saying you believe. This is what you saying that you follow. So follow it. You can't pick and choose when you know what I mean?
Which you want to follow out of the book.
Exactly.
That makes sense. So do you have any last things that you would want to say, whether it's advice to somebody in a new marriage or somebody who needs certain energies away from them and don't know how to really do it, or even somebody that doesn't have that strong of a relationship with God that you have to be able to hear when it's time to get going?
So to that, I'm going to say you got to start.
You
just got to start. Like, you got to figure out, look, these things that are going on around me, I can't be driven by that. Because when the smoke clears, when social media shut, people was losing their mind when Instagram shut down that day.
Yes,
When Instagram shut down, when all of these different things go on, who will you have?
Right.
What will be your foundation? But before we leave, I wanted to ask, who is somebody in the city that you really like, but most people in the city don't like?
Somebody I like in the city that most people don't like.
I keep flipping it on her own show.
That's crazy. And maybe because I'm so, not saying I'm just so positive all the time, but I got tunnel vision. When I really mess with you, we good. So I don't be worried about who don't like you. I'm trying to think.
Alright, so here's a better question since we on Shop Talk. Name your top 5 hairstylists. Don't include yourself. In the city, top 5. No specific order, because that's hard.
Okay, definitely top 5 would be my Aunt Maisha, Amira Mom. I would definitely say Crazy Hands. I would definitely say Shauna. Her name Styles by Shauna. In the city, Erica's not in the city anymore. Y'all don't think I'm just don't know y'all. I'm just trying to think. Who else? I'm having a brain for it.
You want to know who I think super underrated?
Who?
Bahia.
Bahia is definitely
so
on mine.
underrated.
Bahia is definitely one of mine.
And she don't even talk that much on social
my
media.
God.
Bahia Hands is crazy.
Bahia was definitely one of mine. So that's number 4. And then I would definitely say,
Kaya.
who's that?
She worked in Bahia shop. Kaya don't post that much. It's like Styles by Kaya.
I like her.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Samaj. But I like Kaya too.
Yeah.
I like her stuff too. Y'all really do some good job. It be polished, it be to the T. Like I love it.
That
that's
picture
what I was
that Bahia just posted with them layers was insane.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's definitely.
Yes, I would definitely say those people. It's so many more good ones. Oh my God, I just can't think of them.
Ask me something like.
All right. Who are your so bad. Who are your top 5 best entrepreneurs you see that you can see in the city?
In the city.
Real ones. Like, you know.
Yeah, it don't gotta be just like brands.
Yeah.
Dang, in the city is hard. Cause I had went through this phase where I had just started following more people in more places.
Yeah.
No,
that's
and a lot of people that left the city.
Yeah, that's why I say in the city because I know it's a whole lot. You can't just do 5 knowing period.
My mom definitely.
Period.
My mom be doing her thing, no social media attached. I'm probably about to go a real biased route, but I gotta go. My husband, Anye, Dom, Trav Details, like all my folks, yeah, like
that's how it's supposed to be.
Make me more property management, like it's there. It's definitely there.
That's how it had to be.
Yeah.
That it makes sense because everybody around you. I don't feel like nobody. Not saying all entrepreneurs have to be friends with all entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if you are friends with entrepreneurs, y'all should push each other.
Absolutely.
Y'all should push each other to want more. If that's the route y'all take it.
That's because people say they want to see, but they're afraid they'll do better. And everybody want to go viral. I want to see my folks doing better. Do you really?
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Do you really? Or did it just sound like likable or repostable? Like,
you know what scares me a little bit? When we have great entrepreneurs, but they the only one in their circle that look like they getting money. That scares me.
It's so crazy that you say that because we always talk, even amongst my circle. When I was going broke, they was all coming up.
Yeah.
When I was going broke, Dom left corporate and made her first $40,000 by herself. Manje she had ran into some money. I think somebody graduated with a degree. Anye business started booming. So my best friend graduated nursing school while she was pregnant, while I was going through postpartum.
Yeah.
So literally everybody in my circle elevated when I was on my way down.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the most beautiful things about, if I had to tell it. it was crazy when it was happening.
Right.
But they all be like, yo, you would have never, nobody knew I was going broke. I ain't tell nobody.
Right.
My husband kept sending me to pay parking tickets that he was getting outside our house on purpose. So I could have to tell him because I wouldn't tell him I was going broke.
Right.
And well, I was like, all right, y'all was scraping, trying to figure out how to pay these parking tickets. But I wouldn't tell nobody I was going broke. I ain't tell my mom, my husband, my sister. Nobody. I know I get it back. I know I.
Yeah, I want to figure it out.
Yeah, God, like I still was helping other people make thousands of dollars. Like God, like you didn't lose it. I'm just allowing you to make it because I need you to not have right now.
Right.
So definitely, but that's a sidebar. But
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that alongside with people feeling like, I don't know. It's hard because I also don't like when entrepreneurs feel like they have, because they are the top entrepreneur in their circle, that everybody got to work for them to get money.
That's insane.
I know so many people that's like that. Like, I'm going to get on, but I'm going to get on enough for, the term, I'm going to get on enough for all of us to be on. But that's literally for all of them to work for.
It's crazy because that's why Monday was just arguing on my way here, because I started doing all her customer service stuff to get her more contracts for property management, and she's mad because I didn't want to take the payment for it.
Yeah.
But I felt like this somebody that'll get out her bed at 3 a.m. to run the Wawa for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, she like, but the two is different. If I do it as a sister and doing it as a professional, so that's one of my downfalls. I don't charge for stuff.
Yeah.
When I love you. But what you started off real young with branding and stuff, right? How influential do you really feel like you was in that whole branding era? Because you've been stamping DK on stuff.
Yeah. So back then, I didn't really look at it like I was being an influencer or anything like that. I didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it like, I just know I want people to know me. So I'm gonna put this everywhere. I'm gonna wear it on my clothes. I'm gonna put it on my earrings. I'm gonna put it on my shoes. Anything that I can, I was stamping DK on.
Yeah.
I didn't never look at it like that because I don't really think that back then when I was doing work, it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to be an influencer. I was just trying to.
That's the difference, though.
I dropped out of college. I'm like, I gotta make a difference. Like this is it. Like I have to make this shop work because a lot of people already say another dropout or she not about to do this. So I'm like, I gotta prove them wrong. I don't care about any means. Like I'm gonna figure this whole DK thing out and I'm gonna run with it. I didn't look at it like that. Literally around that time, the only other besides like older people, because we're in the same age bracket. So before people that was older than us, not think about them, but not thinking about them right now. When I was first doing it, when I was 19, that's when I opened up my first shop. The only people that was really stamping stuff was me, you, and I seen probably like 2 other people that was in our age group. Everybody else was just like, you could tell they didn't have a passion for nothing. The marketing wasn't there. They was just doing it to get a couple dollars. Whereas though, you know, I used to sell cupcakes, headbands, and stuff like that, and that was to get a couple dollars because I knew how to do it.
It was hustle versus building. Yeah.
So I was just like, you know, I'm gonna make sure that everything is everything. But I never looked at it like I'm actually like really branding.
Yeah.
I just looked at it like I want this to look like some official stuff. So that's the route I took.
It's just crazy. Cause I said, yo, I didn't want to do pink ice at first because I started it when I was 20. And this when I was coming out of being a hairstylist. I'm like, I don't want to do this, that, and third. We started selling milkshakes by accident. Somebody came in and asked to turn the ice cream into milkshakes, and I'm like, all right. Next thing you know, we popping for milkshakes. But when I started, everybody like, you crazy? You a black girl making milkshakes in the hood? Like, you know, that's not a thing. Like, you know, that store ain't gonna last. You opening a store for milkshakes, like people only eat that in the summertime. This, that, and the third. You ain't before being an influencer was so thrown around. You had to really have influence. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
a lot of people think that being an influencer, you have to have millions and millions of followers and all of that. But I really just think it's a mindset. Like, if you really stick by something and you think that this is what you're going to do, it's not really influence.
And credibility. Yeah. If people know they can trust what you're saying, they're going to follow what you're saying more than somebody they know just getting paid to say it. So.
Right. So, any last things you want to say to somebody that want to be I wouldn't even say influencer, because I don't really look at it like an influencer. I just look at it probably like a life coach.
It's so funny because I wanted to go to school for that.
Really? That's how I look at you.
Yeah, that's
like,
so funny.
You know how like people don't go to like their mom unless it's like the last thing that you do?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
If I don't talk to all my friends and I feel like, let me go ask December what she got to say, because it just, you know?
I think the first thing I should say is probably sound crazy coming from a judger, But I think the first thing I can say is you can't be judgmental. You gotta be able to, continue to identify and when I say empathize, I don't mean sympathize. I mean empathize. So really be able to put yourself, in that person's shoes, in that person's position to be able to see what would I need to hear right now, type of thing.
Right.
And as far as love and all that go, keep it organic. Be prayerful on when to share. Don't overshare. Sometimes people want to build these platforms being transparent. Sometimes people, they want to be a part of your audience, but they also a part of your demise. So just be prayerful on what you share, when you share it. And just be authentic on who you are. Understanding that when we was born, God not like, okay, they were born to come here and brand every single thing they do.
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel like anytime I went somewhere, I had to have something branded and
yeah.
God, like, live.
Yeah.
Live, like, uncondition your mind, live your life. Like, you literally gotta be a person in order to even be a brand. So I would just say authentically live your life and stay original. And I just want to thank my baby for inviting me on the show. I had fun.
I love her so much, y'all. So y'all heard it here. Y'all got all the advice from Sim herself, the old Sim Diva, the new Sim McCoy, period. Thank y'all for tuning in so much to episode 8. Hope y'all love it.